What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Raw Podcast. I am your girl, Michelle Maxwell. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so thankful and grateful to be here with you all. I have not been able to drop an episode in the last few weeks due to some unexpected circumstances that were out of my control. So I am super excited to be here, to be back, and this is my reset episode. Today, I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about what I encountered over the last few weeks, but most importantly, what I was able to take from a not so great situation. And I just want to share that with you guys because I think it's important. I think we all go through hardships, and it's really about what we are able to get out of them and how we rise up out of them. So, yeah, that's what we're going to chat about today. So, 5 weeks ago, I started not feeling well. And if you know me, I'm Michelle. I never get sick. I'm super healthy. So it was new for me and probably new for everybody. I mean, everyone at work was like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, I have no idea. So anyways, pushed through the week. Work was super busy. The following week at work was super busy. And I had a lot of obligations at the time. My momentum was like at 100. And when I started not feeling well, I'm like, oh my God, it impacted me physically. And a lot of what I do is physical. My job's physical. Just, my body is very crucial in my life. So that being said, I started to have to cancel obligations and responsibilities that I had. And it was very challenging for me. And I started getting really down and upset because I'm like, if you know me, you know that I take a lot of pride in fulfilling my obligations. I take a lot of pride in my job. I take a lot of pride in showing up for my responsibilities and consistency. I wasn't able to drop an episode. I had a photo shoot. I had to cancel my agency, which I've never canceled a photo shoot in like the entirety of my career. And then I had to call into work, which I never do either, like for the most part, ever. So it was really, really difficult. But I physically couldn't do it, which also was kind of I don't even know what's the word I'm looking for. A light bulb went off on with other people because they're like, Michelle never is sick. Michelle never calls in. So people really did get concerned about me. So, and I'm super grateful for all the amazing women that I have in my life because they just show me so much love. But anyways, and obviously when you're not feeling well, you want your mom and dad, and as we know, my mom and dad are no longer with me. And I've never been in a position as an adult where I wasn't able to care for myself. So I want to shout out my sister who was my freaking angel, or is my angel. And she, without me even asking, she was like, I'm coming up to Atlanta. You don't feel good. I can't function knowing that you don't feel well. So I'm rearranging things, rescheduling things. I'm coming to take care of you. So I am so grateful she did, because I ended up going to the emergency room and having surgery. And she kept my life together during my entire recovery. She catered to me. She waited on me hand and foot. She fed me. She cleaned my house. She did my laundry. So my life wasn't like completely a big catastrophe when I got back to being able to maneuver. And I'm just super grateful. I'm just so blessed. She's such a blessing in my life. So I'm super grateful for that. That being said, it was like nothing I've ever experienced. I've never in my entire life been on my ass, like in a bed, laid up. Like that is just not what happens. That's not who I am. It's not what I do. But obviously had no control over this. And I had a lot of time to think. There's only so much Netflix I could watch and TV shows. And I'm sure people would be like, you should have read a book. And I'm like, I probably should have. But my mind just wasn't there. I think I felt very defeated, because not only was I not physically capable, but first of all, my physical capabilities is what empowers me, right? It's like I've always been the person taking care of everybody. I'm a make it happen type of girl. So my inability to be physical and get all that stuff done was challenging. But I was also defeated mentally. I felt down. I felt like I let people down. I felt like I let myself down. Like I mentioned, I had a lot of momentum going with my podcast. I wasn't living up to my own expectations of myself. I was really just beating myself up. And the sad thing is like I'm beating myself up for something that's out of my control. And there was a time, there are a lot of things that went through my mind during that experience. One was I did have a moment of like, wow, I just really thought about the women in my life, the women in my life that have encountered and endured so much pain. And I guess like it was like an inspirational moment for me because I'm like, Michelle, I know all the things like my mom went through. I know things that Miss Penny went through. I know things that my friends' moms went through, and my family members and the women in my life that just went through so much stuff. And whether it be physical, mental, emotional, but like even with my mom alone, just physically, like she broke her arm, she fractured her ribs, and that woman never complained. So I kind of was like inspired, but I'm also like, damn, I'm weak. I'm like, what's wrong with me? But anyways, I thought about them and I thought about who they were and how they handled things um, during and after so much stuff that they had gone through. And it inspired me because it reminded me that I have a choice, that in these circumstances, I get to choose the outcome and I get to choose what I take from them, and I get to choose um, how I move forward. And there's power in that because that's what I do have control over, right? Because I've lost control over all these other things. So like I learned that I wasn't in control, but I also learned what it meant to give myself grace. I had to give myself grace for not fulfilling the expectations that I had set for myself. I had to give myself grace for not being able to do all the things that I was always able to do. I mean, obviously now I'm back, but it's like, no, be soft with yourself, Michelle. Be gentle. Sometimes I'm just so hard on myself. And I think as women, we are in general. I think we're hard on ourselves. We never feel like we do enough. We never feel like we've really accomplished anything, even though we've accomplished the most. And it was so crucial. And I think just moving forward in my life, like understanding how to be gentle with myself and give myself grace is going to be so beneficial to me really becoming more powerful because there's a balance there. Like you can't just go, 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 go. You can't just beat yourself up. There are going to be moments where things happen and you're on your ass. And in those moments, you have to evaluate and analyze them in a sense and give yourself grace while you're doing that. I feel like for me, healing physically, it was like, okay, Michelle, don't think that you can go run. I'm going to need you to walk. And, don't think you're just going to go hit the gym. And I'm going to need you to, do some bands instead of, lifting weights or whatever. It's that grace allowed me to be very soft and gentle with myself and allow myself to heal because most importantly, I want to come back and not have to endure this again, God willing, and not hurt myself in the race to be like at 100% again. Um, so yeah, and I just don't think that we do that. I don't, and unfortunately, sometimes you do get knocked in your ass for you to learn those things. I do believe like this. I still don't understand 100% why all this happened. All I know is I can only do it, gain something from it, come back from it, and rebuild myself from it. That's all. That's the only thing I have control over. And I'm sure in due time I will have more understanding of why I went through this. And maybe it's just literally like now I know how to be soft with myself. Now I know how to give myself grace and be gentle with myself. That's huge. I know, like, in the grand scheme, like, we don't look at things like that as huge, but they really, really are huge. And it's huge in the growth and my growth as a person. So, yeah, man, it was tough. I'm like, wow. But I'm back. I'm so excited to be back. I'm still healing. I'm still being gentle with myself. I have given myself grace to understand that this was out of my control. And sometimes in life, not everything's going to live up to my expectations or be the way that I thought they should be or think they should be. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the way things are. There's peace and accepting things sometimes. And there's also peace in giving yourself grace. And that's like a really, really great thing. So I hope that shined a little bit of light on maybe something you guys are going through. You know, maybe I think just as women in general, we're constantly beating ourselves up on a day to day basis. And I think sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I'm going to give myself grace in this situation. I don't have to do the most and I don't have to be the most. And that does not make me any less significant if I was to do the most. And I think actually allowing ourselves to be easy with ourselves ultimately is really going to make us better people overall. It's just going to make us better people. It's going to allow us to actually do more and accomplish more, because you need that balance in life. You can't just go, 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 go. So, this is my reset episode, and I'm super excited for what's to come. Unfortunately, this whole debacle, I wasn't able to honor my father on Father's Day. I did a thing for my mom on Mother's Day, so I wasn't able to honor my father on Father's Day. And then yesterday was his birthday. My dad would have been 89 yesterday, July 14th. So I am long overdue to do an episode about my pops. Mr. Chuck Maxwell, who's super freaking amazing. And I know some people are like, I don't care. I don't care that you don't care, because I'm always going to honor my parents and give them the props that they deserve, because I would not be me without those two human beings. And so, yeah, my next episode is going to be a little shout out to my dad. And then after that, I'm really excited about the other episodes coming up. I'm going to kind of pivot and take a turn with those episodes and get into some things that I really, really love and really, really value. So I'm super excited to be back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next week, and have a great week.